It's impressive. A handful today as well.
I'm not sure which was better, that one on the half volley or this one he sets up for. Gets the spacing right.
Another nice feature, development here at Flushing Meadows. Early chances for the number 9 seed. Well, it's a perfect start for Fritz. You know, sometimes we're lucky enough to get courtside, maybe a practice session, and I didn't appreciate how big he hits the ball off the ground.
Yeah, the idea about attacking, it's a good one. But you've got to be careful about the ball you come into the net behind. It's got to be pretty good. It's got to make an impact and see the space, make it happen. You talk about great attacking players, and yes, they have weapons. They have this talent of hitting the ball hard and getting to the net. That transition, the steps, but so often it's.
Oh, that is a couple of huge forehands. What a start it's been for Taylor Fritz.
We do a lot of scratching our heads when Nadal is performing his magic.
On the grass did it this year for Taylor. Quarters in Stuttgart, that's a 250 just after Roland Garros, and then round of 16 at Queens, lost his first match in Eastbourne.
Was it me or was it my opponent? You know, how did I lose that lead? A little bit of both.
39.
During the first few days of this tournament, they're in the same quarter, bottom quarter of the men's draw.
Yeah, there's a lot of possibility down there, isn't there?
Yeah, Tsitsipas in there as well.
Yeah, awesome tennis. I mean, Taylor Fritz might have kicked off this push by the American men when he won Indian Wells. Hugely important.
Well, that was a quick first set. I'm not sure we will have had many sets that quick today. 23 minutes. It's been a bit of a...
Yeah, that's a surprise, isn't it?
Stumbling block.
Yeah, nicely done. He looks pretty well versed today, doesn't it? Not a bad volley, but again, fairly central in the way Fritz is striking the ball. You've got to take time away. Oh man, that's a good break point.
Juice.
Already has 45 match wins. It's impressive.
30, 15.
That's right.
Having tested positive for COVID, didn't hit a ball. Arrived in Tokyo Wednesday morning. It's a nice volley. Straight to the practice court. A match for the next 5 days. Beat TFO in the final. Won his first 500 and broke the top 10 the next day as well. I mean, just an incredible week for him.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, and this is obviously something he's been working on. Starting to get a little more shoulder turn on the volley. He's
had to do much to create break points here. Oh dear, made a mess of the short forehand. Fritz pounces. Got some big matches on this court. Fantastic atmosphere. Arthur Ashe Stadium, just over 23,500.
Game, Fritz.
Former champion, 2020.
15-30.
Yeah, I think I'm right in saying he hasn't won since Wimbledon, I think. Good defense from Fritz that time, soaking up the power.
Fritz has established a pretty high level of play. Johnson, when he has responded with good shots like this exchange, he's come up a little bit short. And Fritz has done some good work, as you said, in defense. And you add that up, and that's one reason why the scoreline is a bit lopsided.
First serve so far, which is remarkable.
Second serve. You know, she's been doing a lot of his work on the second, and Johnson just hasn't either wrecked or is unable to do anything about it. Like Sampras and Federer. I mean, look at this volley here. That's money right there. Oh, good get by Johnson. If Fritz figures out, the Paul Annacone coached Dan Evans for a short while.
Yes, good shout.
I want to say 2017. I can't remember exactly.
Oh,
Fritz.
it's just dipped in time.
Fritz leads 5-1 second set.
Lawn Tennis Association set up for a while.
Yes.
Got to work with Dan as well, who's gone on to do good stuff.
Boy, has he had a resurgent career after, you know, some missteps in his career. Wonderful variety. Recommitted himself physically.
Game and second set. Fritz.
Mentioned it, 35% now for the match. It's a nice stretch volley, and he hasn't lost a point behind the first serve when he's got it in today.
Yeah, he's got a big serve, lots of pace, lots of power. A pretty good interception there by Johnson. Not
14-15.
in 28 miles per hour. His second serve, 89. And that's why you've got to make.
Yeah, back in the day, that would have been a lot higher, wouldn't it? It's pretty good.
He's not a bad player. Defending champion, right?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Can't
Look.
Game, Fritz.
Another break.
You know, Stevie J's got the one-handed underspin backhand. That can be, you know, a part of the game to attack. And the underspin backhand can be a problem for some players, but Fritz has not had any problems with it.
Game, Fritz.
And it's free.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's great.
It's amazing. For anyone who lives in this area.
Johnson with his fifth double fault. Surely he's got to close out this game now. Yeah, that's a bit better. Looks a little more familiar.
I thought this one was going to head towards the Met Stadium just next door for a moment, but not in anger this one, more in celebration. It's a good catch as well.
Yeah, nicely done. Nakashima, one of 11 Americans in the top 100. He was beaten today by Laszlo Jada, the number 32 seed out of Serbia. That was 3 straight sets. And that's something that Johnson does so well, but hasn't been able to do that today. Fritz has been on top of that ball.
That's a nice play, nice move forward, recognizing Johnson was in trouble.
Yeah, and this kind of play is available.
Not done just yet. That's a nice way to seal it for the US #1. Comfortable today from the very first game, really, against Steve Johnson, who in truth never really got going. Wasn't able to get his teeth into this one. The 9th seed, far too strong. Cruises into round 2 here in New York.